When I first started making these films of Braddock, I was looking at him as making short films. And I wanted to vary the films between my family and people in the community. But I then wanted each film to be played by itself, but then also play as a long piece. So if you put them all together, you could see this flow. So I would interview somebody, then interview them again for another film. Because I wanted to see you, as the town age, I wanted you to see the people I interview age. And I wanted to put myself in a seat, watch me get older, then end up to, eventually die.
City of life, Braddock, where have you gone?
I've been making films since 1972. I probably have anywhere from 25 to 30 shorts about Braddock in different forms. Then I also have 5 features. While I was in grad school, I made all my films about Braddock. Then, defending my thesis, I was asked, do I think I can make a film outside of Braddock? And my answer was, I don't think I ever have to leave Braddock because there's enough material. So I grew up at a period when Braddock was starting his decline. I was not a great high school student. I think I graduated 95th out of 110. And I didn't go to school that often, so I hung out at all the bookie joints and the pool rooms, and I got to know all these people.
Yeah, I gotta make it this right. Right there, Willie. Yeah, right there, Willie.
It's a hustle. Gambling, doing this, doing that, it's a hustle. Not robbing or stealing or anything, but a stone hustle. Just hustling.
I was going to tell you, I was going to come in here and I was going to figure when the best day to come in and shoot, The line I always use, I always start off from the market's perspective and ending up bordering on bourgeois sentimentalism. and it was the decline of the working class in America. It was my big overhauling theme, and Braddock was a microcosm of the whole industrial implosion that was happening, and that was my approach to it, even starting in the 70s. That these group of people will no longer be here. It's going to disappear, and the whole culture is going to change. I'll come down and we'll shoot something down here.
Yeah, shoot something. Yeah.
And I just wanted to start documenting it.
Did we have black foremen down in here then at that time, or it was just
None at that time.
Not at that time.
None at that time.
So we just good enough to pick a shovel and
That's all.
And not capable of pointing to a guy and say, you do this.
Don't teach you nothing. Just work.
It's hard work.
Just hard work.
You go to Braddock now, and you do have the whole United States in this one strip. Within less than 1 mile, you have the whole economic strata of what's going on. You have the tourism coming in for the restaurant, then you have people waiting for free groceries. So it's within that little space, and that's what I always thought of Braddock when I was doing films. When I first started, it really represented this whole, the whole change in the United States and the loss of jobs and the economic decline of what's happening. And I still think it really represents that.
It's not all that glamorous when you're running around saying don't shut down the mill, I mean, half the people in their heart want the mill to die anyway, No, but I mean, they need the employment, it's a job. And you got to push for these type of things to stop the plant closes, otherwise Pittsburgh's going to turn into a ghost town.
Now, like Braddock.
Like Braddock, I mean, you walk through Braddock and you don't exactly get inspired for the future.
Big incident was with my brother. He pushed me off that wall the one time. I was sitting there and he just shoved me right off, the bastard. What I need to do is get all my work digitized, because I want to have it all online for other people to access. There's no sense of accumulating all this material. Then when I die, it just sits in a vault somewhere. I'm a pack rat when it comes to collecting material. I just collect it, then I have to figure how it actually works and tell like a larger story. I shot some material in the 80s, which I've never used. And it's with Braddock Council fights, I mean, throwing chairs at each other, people getting arrested. And it's great footage. If I was just out to make a documentary, I could have made a doc on the Braddock Council and all that fighting that would have played, I'm sure, everywhere, because people, you know, it's that kind of emotion people are attracted to. But then again, what is the purpose of that doc? So I never used it. And I'll use it now because I think I could put it into a longer arc. My mentor, Joe Anderson, at graduate school, one of his advice on documentary films was that they should be layered. They just can't work on one level. So he ended up trying to play with a lot of subtext and layers within the docs. And I think that's why they've held up, because they still show, and why Sal still works and J. Roy still work, 40 years later.
Do you think that Braddock has potential, or you think that it's coming back?
Oh yes, it'll come back eventually.
Yeah. Do you think that the people will start realizing that the fault is not with the town, the fault is with the faith and the confidence of the people?
Yes.
Yeah. Because Braddock, at one time when people had great faith, was the greatest shopping center in the world. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I do.
And don't you feel that if people would develop more confidence today, more faith in this town, and really work and assert themselves, that it could be greater than ever was?
Yes, it would.
Well, I'm glad that you and I agree, dear.
Yes, we do, darling.